Okay. Namaskar. Right, you have pen. So, Kirtan is a practice. Every practice has a philosophy behind. Every practice, even a dogmatic practice. When you are offering something to God, what is the philosophy behind? Now, by this, God will be pleased and He will grant me a child will read well or pass well, he'll have dharma. Isn't it? Every practice, good practice or wrong practice, is based on a tattva, maybe wrong, maybe right. Now, Kirtan as a practice by a devotee has also a philosophy behind. So, I will try to explain in 5 minutes. I will tell you what is the philosophy behind Kirtan. Why should you do Kirtan? What is Kirtan? Once you understand this, and what is the difference between Bhavanam Kevalam and Hare Krishna Hare Ram? Baba, a few thousand years ago, the same entity gave a Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Hare Ram. After 5,000 years,
500 years.
Sorry,
500 years. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Sorry, not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Krishna. So we are thinking of now, Krishna is a household name. After 7,000 years, almost every third Indian is observing fasting in Shivaratri. So Shiva is become significant of 7,000 years, Krishna after 5,000 years, and Baba is not even 100 years. Anandamar started in 1955. So the humanity has to grow to understand his ideology, and Baba has given an ideology for a millennia. If people do not understand immediately, if you have only a small group of Margis, you should not be surprised. Because it takes time for the average human mind to understand for what he came and what he gave. We are privileged, and we have, because of his Ahitu Kripa, he brought a minority around him and educated him. We are to some extent conscious. We are not fully conscious. Had we been fully conscious, then Anand Marg would have spread far and wide. We are trying to be conscious. So, Kirtan has a philosophy behind it. And you know, this about every Margi knows about the Srishti Chakra. What is it? It says that everything in this world, whether animals, birds, men, everything has its origin from one place. From this place, one place. The second Siddhanta is, आध्यात्मिक साधना विज्ञान 3 मूल तत्वों पर आधारित है. हम सब लोग का ओरिजिन एक है, सब लोग का डेस्टिनेशन एक है. एंड तीसरा तत्व क्या है? ओरिजिन एंड डेस्टिनेशन वो भी एक है. You see, there are 3 truths on which the whole science of sadhana or spiritual science is broad-based. First is all of us have come from one place, whether an ant or an elephant, whether a stone or a sadhak or an enlightened person. Everyone has one origin. We have come from Param Purush, which is the nature of Sat Chit and Ananda. And after, now I'm not going to, so the same consciousness by self-crudification, process of self-limitation has become solid. Again, there is an evolution or pratisanchara. And man stands here. This is the root left. We are in the process of vivartana, in the process of evolution. Our past is maybe animals, birds, stone. Baba gave some demonstration in jail. I visited Baba in the jail in 1978. In a previous group, there was a boy from Bengal who was very proud. He was a first class fast, and he has a lot of ego that I know so much. And Dadas tried to initiate them. He thought that if he joins, then organs will benefit. So when Baba in the jail gave a small demonstration in the presence of the police. Then he said, "Boy, you have learnt sadhana." "Yes, Baba." But inside he had a lot of ego that what sannyasis cannot do, I can do. Baba said, just simple. Baba sitting, those who have seen Baba in the jail, it was a cell without any ventilation, without any fan and anything, just You know, we have seen Baba cannot remain without air conditioner for a minute. How the same person or same entity, person is a bad word, could live for 5 years without any, Bihar heat? If there is anyone who has made maximum sacrifice for the ideology, is Baba. Going without food, 5 years. Only living on cold water to avoid nasal fitting. Living in 50 degree inside a cell. No. Pandit Sarveswarananda was there. Sorry, I am going to Baba's here. In the night, Baba was moving and the lower side is wet. He said, Baba, how it has become wet? Baba said, no. Because of sweating, the upper portion is wet, therefore I changed the sides. Just imagine. So when the boy came, he said, my boy, take your mind to Ishta Chakra. Yes. What do you see? No, I see some waves. Then Baba brought his mind few thousand years ahead. कौन देखुछ ना साथ कौन देखुछ ना गोटे पक्षी खेलुछि से समुद्र पर a bird is flying. Then a tiger. Now in the past lives you were there. Water, bird, then a roaring tigress. When the boy realized that I was an animal in the past, all his ego dissolved. He was explaining, I talked to him. Now, really I had a sense of vanity. So, all that I am trying to tell you is this, that we have, our past is, many lives we have traveled, many paths we have traveled, and we have got human life. What is the difference between human life and non-human life? Animals? Animal is conscious. If he is not conscious, if you are going with a piece of bread, a stick, it will not come to you. He knows that he will beat you. How does an animal distinguish between his own man and a stranger? Because he has a mind to discriminate. Supposing a dog is standing, there is a car is passing, why he comes like this? Because he knows that he will run over. He has an instinct to live. Even animals. Ant also doesn't want to die. If you touch, then it will run. They are conscious. Dog is conscious, but it is not self-conscious. A dog does not know that it is a dog and it is different from other animals. But man is self-conscious. That is how we are higher than animals, because animals not only feel and experience, but they understand what is the nature of the experience. That is the difference. There are other differences. He has a mind with a discriminating ability, sense of right and wrong. Man has, animals don't have. If an animal is hungry, if your kitchen is open, it will enter into your kitchen. You don't say that dog is immoral, because it doesn't have any moral sense. But even if you are hungry, you don't take food on fasting days. You are hungry, food is there, but you don't take. Even our students on the Ganesh Puja and Saraswati Puja, they don't take food before Puspanjali. They are hungry. In Odisha, there is Savitri. The housewives fast for the whole day. They feel hungry. Food is there, but they don't take. It is the human mind. Even if you are hungry, you may not take. Even if you want to marry, you don't marry, you become a sannyasi. That is your sankalpa. So, in animals, the instinct is in command. But in man, mind is in command. That is why Baba says, man is manush means manapradhan jiva. Mind is in command. If you want, you can go without food, even if there is food. If you want, you can control your instincts. So mind is in command. That is why it's man. So in this process, what happens is, this is the source. So when in evolution, this is called cosmic nucleus. It attracts the whole creation onto it. Remember, आमर जो केंद्र बाहरी चे से केंद्र गामी होचे ना से केंद्र आकर्षण attraction. Why this? How this evolution is taking place? Animal evolution, birds evolve. A tiny atom, it has also life ahead. So it evolves by the attraction of the cosmic one force, attraction of the why attraction? I'll tell you. This is Srushti Chakra, na? There is Jala Chakra also, water cycle. There is ocean, water evaporates, becomes clouds, clouds again come down in the rivers, again it goes to the ocean. The tendency of the river to merge in the ocean, sometimes in the middle it dries up, but again it goes and again it comes back. The fulfillment of a river lies in merging in the ocean because that is the source. So the water is coming out from the initial attraction is ocean. From ocean they go, again they are brought back. Lottu top, again you draw it. We have seen cobwebs, Unnanava in Upanishads. It spins out the wave, again it draws it. Creation, absorption, dissolution. The source, the trigger is one. So from everything has come from Paramapurusha, and Paramapurusha is attracting everything unto him. So many lives. But when human beings, they are attracted, they have the experience. The animals, they have experience. But man has conscious of the experience. Why I'm not satisfied with finite? Nalpem sukham asti. Says several times, Nalpem sukham asti. Man is never satisfied with the finite. If I give you 1 crore, you want still more and still more. Even the people, the richest man of the world has not stopped earning. He wants still more. Why? Why? There is a desire for infinity. Why? Because essentially we have come from that infinite. This attraction of the supreme. That is why we are never satisfied with anything other than Anantam. We have come from Anantam, infinite. So there is a tendency to reach the infinite. They are going. They don't make efforts. That is why Baba says that they don't have retardation. The negative is pratisanchar they don't have. Only man has negative pratisanchar. Man can fall down. Animals don't have possibility of retardation. In some of the pravachans Baba said, only human beings have a possibility of falling down because they have the potentiality of going faster. The same force by which you go faster, if it is abused, you can go back also. I am not going to the details of Tattva because we have discussed Kiirtan. So I am telling you the philosophy behind Kiirtan. So the non-humans have the experience of being attracted, but they are not conscious of it that we are growing or evolving by it. But man is conscious that I am attracted. I am not satisfied with anything finite. Maybe I want infinite. But how to get infinite? So man has improvised a process called sadhana or yoga. Sadhana is nothing but the process by which you go to the goal faster, walk faster, expedite, faster pace. So, example, we are hungry now. We are making provisions for food, a oven, a pressure cooker and whatnot. To meet physical hunger, man has 3 kinds of hunger. Physical hunger, mental hunger, spiritual hunger. Man has a body, so he has a physical hunger. What is the physical hunger? Hunger, sleep, sex, fear. The body is there, so these things are there. What is mental hunger? To ask questions. A child asks questions. Why? What is that? Dad, what is that? So, to satisfy the mental hunger, we have science, technology, philosophy, because man asks questions and they give answers. So, asking questions and giving answers, in the process, philosophy, science and religion are born. Mental hunger. What is the spiritual hunger? We have 3 things, na? Bodily hunger means we feel hungry. After 1 o'clock, we will go to the kitchen. We feel thirsty, then we have aquaguard. We have made provisions. Similarly, to satisfy mental hunger, we have science was born. Why rain? Why corona? So all science, they ask questions, find answers. Science and technology grows and philosophy grows. Religion, if there is God, how to find him? Religion is a way. They say that this is the way we can get it. But to satisfy spiritual hunger, what is spiritual hunger? Desire for infinite bliss. We call it Ananda, let us say. Sukham Anantam. No one is fighting a Sukha. What is Sukha Ananda? Pleasure is that which comes and goes. But what is Anandam? Which stays infinite. It is not punctuated, it is infinite. Sukham Anantam Anandam. How can you get Ananda when everything in this world is finite? If there is a flower which gives you pleasure, when the flower withers, then your pleasure is gone. If your youth gives you pleasure, when you are past your youth, that pleasure is gone. So since everything in this world is finite, this is also in one of the Baba's pravachan, it is everything in this world is finite, how can you get infinite pleasure, anandam, from finite object? Only an infinite object can give you infinite pleasure. So how to get the infinity? You have to grow in your stature, in consciousness. So sadhana is a process which leads to vistara, expanse of human consciousness. When your human mind expands, you find yourself identified with the plants, animals, everything. You know that when Baba used to give plants, he used to inquire about their health. If a plant dies, he would take a worker to task. I have seen that day we were in garden, there was a garden program, and it is in that book which I have written by His Grace about Baba's Great Advent. Then we were there, all of a sudden Baba shouted, "Why this plant is dry?" I am giving you the example of empathy, how you feel the suffering of the animals, a neo-humanist. Baba was first neo-humanist. I said, "Why this dry?" Akhananda said, he was a garden child. "Baba, why there is water is not, why it is withered?" "Baba, it is an ordinary plant." I said, "Ordinary? What do you mean by ordinary?" Then Baba became very angry. You see, Baba's anger is not like our anger. When Baba becomes angry, it has a lesson. It has another spiritual significance also. In the spiritual realm, when Baba becomes happy with you, looks at you, your good sanskaras are burnt. When Baba becomes angry with you, your bad sanskaras are burnt. So both his happiness and anger is for our benefit. You have those who have seen Baba, Baba never looks at you like this, Baba will look like this. If he looks at you, all your chakras are clean, you will realize it. You look at Baba's life, Baba was not like an ordinary guru, you see. Param Purush took sankalpa and came in this body. So Baba said, what do you mean by saying he's ordinary? Then Baba told, remember, when you were watering, because Calcutta he is right, because there was a dearth of water. So they have to preserve a good plant, a costly plant, not an ordinary plant. Ordinary plant can be replaced. He has that reason. Baba is saying, when you are watering this plant, how could you not feel what is the effect on the mind of the other plant? Look, this is a demonstration of neo-humanism. Baba is asking, that day Akhananda no, he is not fit to wear. That is a demonstration, just alibi. When you were watering this plant, how come that you could not, gotte gachare pani dela bale, onne gacha sukhi jauchi, tab kete kashta houthibo, then bujhino, you are not fit to be a garden in charge. Bhavesananda, he told, that is also in the book. I have heard. Patna, he was going on a field work. There is a crusher machine. Baba said, look, Bhavesananda, when the stone is being crushed, it is feeling pain. And you must be developed enough to understand the mind of a stone. Understand? Why mind as a stone? Because the stone has also come from here, which is Satchitananda, Chit Shakti. So Chit is there in a stone also. All that I am trying to tell you is this, that when you do sadhana, you feel the pain and pleasure of the other. When you feel just as a mother does not sleep because the child is sick, because mother feels identified with the child, father sleeps. If the child cries, I have seen father saying, give him some food. Well, no, it is not the cry because of hunger. Something wrong in his stomach. Mother understands difference between cry of a child caused by hunger, cry of a child caused by some sickness because of identification. This is called empathy, not sympathy. Sympathy, there is duality. So when you empathize with a plant, you cannot stand the sight of a withering plant. All that I am trying to say is, sadhana is a process by which that first is a vistara, rasa, there are 4 types. That is a different discussion. 4 quadruped. That means vistara. So gradually man moves faster here. Now what is Kiirtan? Why should we do Kiirtan? So sadhana is a process by which you walk faster, you go faster towards your goal. Then you become one with it. So your journey ends. Now, when these are being attracted, I told you there are two forces. One is attraction of the nucleus. But when you have a mind, when you are conscious, then you understand, oh, I am being attracted by that, he is my goal. Animals don't have a sense of goal. Animals are driven by instincts. But animals have the desire to have agreeable feeling. They also don't want pain. So they are the experience of being attracted, but they are not conscious of the attraction. But man is. So since man is conscious of the attraction, he can make effort. That means your effort. Two things added. One is attraction of the nucleus. Again, you are making effort. I will give an example. Suppose there is a boat. Boat is going in the stream. There is a downstream. So stream has a movement. So boat is going. When you fix a machine, you can go faster towards the downstream, or you can go upstream against the stream. Similarly, when you have a mind, when you have intellect, when you have buddhi, then buddhi can be used to go faster. And to go towards him, there are two ways. One is sadhana. You are consciously working on it. You want it faster, isn't it? If I want to go to Calcutta, if I can reach in 1 hour, it's better. If I have sadhan, I can fly. If I can go by cycle, I can go on walk also. So one understands that yes, I can go, I can move, but still faster I can reach the goal. That is Kiirtan. Kiirtan and by sadhana, I'm tell you what is the difference. Sadhana we are working, but when you do Kiirtan, then the nucleus is coming here nearer to you. So if he is here, you are working, he is coming, being attracted, and you are going. So meeting becomes faster. The goal comes towards you. Now when you do Kiirtan, the cosmic nucleus is transferred to the place of Kiirtan. That is why it is said, Kiirtan is sadhana sahayakam. By sadhana you are walking, yes, you can walk, but by Kiirtan you attract the goal towards you. So that is sadhana sahayakam in one sense. Another is, I am telling you what is Kiirtan. In another sense, when you do sadhana, you have suddhis. First of all, we withdraw your mind from the externalities, because unawares, our mind is attached to everything. Attached to family, attached to wealth, attached to bank balance, attached to study, attached to so many things. The children's education. So in asana suddhi, we withdraw the mind from the externalities. Sorry, in bhuta suddhi. In asana suddhi, withdraw the mind. Your mind is attached to different parts. Kiirtan helps in bhuta suddhi and asana suddhi. Your bhuta suddhi, asana suddhi becomes quicker if you are doing sadhana after Kiirtan. That is the Baba's instruction is, immediately after Kiirtan you should sit in sadhana. No interpolation. That is how. I am not going to do it. How to do. There are three parts. What is Kiirtan? Why Kiirtan? And how Kiirtan. I am not going to how Kiirtan. I am going to discuss what is Kiirtan and why should we do Kiirtan. What is the benefit of Kiirtan? Ramachandra instructed me like that. So in that line I will discuss. So Kiirtan sadhana sahayakam, in the sense, if sadhana has the goal to reach there, Kiirtan helps you reach it quicker. One. Second is that through us, if you do Kiirtan, then also your suddhis become, you try to do Kiirtan. If you not Kiirtan mechanically, only everyone is doing now. With ideation, hey Parampurush, oh Parampurush, I will tell you the meaning of it. You are everything. When your mind becomes single-minded, the Parampurusha becomes the focus of everything. Everything is, you are everything. You are at the beginning, you are at the end. By forgetting you, I invite problems. By remembering you, my problems are addressed. Baba says that if you do Kiirtan, the future problems can be prevented. If there is a problem, it can be solved. One example from Baba. There are some dadas who were posted in Ghana long back. That dada went to Puri, so I will say, tell something about Baba. Now, for the last 4 or 5 years, there is no rain, drought, and people are becoming, the antisocial elements are at large. And So, Baba, there is no rain, people are suffering. Baba asked one thing. Sometimes Baba answers a question by asking another question. Baba told one thing. Are not your people doing Kiirtan? We have Anandama schools there. Enough. Then they had 3 days Kiirtan. Believe. I have heard from Dada. Then after 6 days, there are 4 days non-stop rain. Why the climate of Anandanagar is changing? We have seen that in the 80s, Dadas used to put blankets in the summer season. Do you know why blankets? Because there will be loo. This hot wave. To prevent hot wave, this will not help. Only when you put blanket, it's non-conductor, you can save. I've seen that in that school. We used to put blankets to avoid the scorching effect of this. So nature becomes hospitable. Hostile nature becomes hospitable. Why? Because when you do Kiirtan, when Param Purush, when the Prakriti, when Param Purush, you are addressing Param Purush, then the Prakriti becomes congenial. Suppose you are going to somebody's house, the dog is barking. Once the dog understands that master, he is a friend of my master, the same dog will give you protection. So the hostile nature will become hospitable because of this Kiirtan. This is the science behind Kiirtan. Now, this is a very important thing, please remember. I am going to tell you a story which is also in the book. Now, they have the experience, but they are not conscious of the experience. Man is conscious of the blissful experience. What is the meaning of Hare Krishna, Hare Ram? Krishna means attract. In that Mahamantra, there is a feeling that Krishna is attracting us and there is a pleasure, bliss. So, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Kiirtan contains the idea of blissful attraction of the nucleus. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Ram means that which gives pleasure. Rama iti. In Bhavanam Kevalam, this is also Ashtakshari mantra, one thing is added. I am not only conscious of the blissful experience of being drawn, but I understand you are the only end. Kevalam means Param Purush, Supreme Father. You are my only object, end of all my everything, my knowledge, my action and devotion. There is a Prabhat Sangeet on it. I consider, in my small way, that this Prabhat Sangeet is the best expression of devotion. In Odisha, I have several times we have discussed, Kanu and others are there. This song is like this, I will translate. Amar janibar kichu nahi, amar bujibar kichu nahi. Sakal janar, sakal bojar, shesh katha halo tumi. Ototuku buji ami, ototuku jane. Most profound expression of, I always say to even a non-Margi audience, this is a classic expression of devotion, bhakti. Amar janibar kichu nahi, amar bujibar kichu nahi. Conclusion. More janibar pe kichu nahi, more bujibar pe kichu nahi. I have nothing to know and nothing to understand. Second line is the reason Baba is giving. Amar janibar kichu nahi, amar bujibar kichu nahi. Sakal janar, sakal bojar, shesh katha. Because you are end of all knowledge and understanding. Why I do not want to understand? Why I do not want to know? तो मुझे जानी भी नहीं कहीं बुझीवार किसी नहीं सब बुझीवा जानीवार शेष कथा तब में third অতটুকু বুঝি আমি অতটুকু if at all something some little I know this much I know and this much I understand. So knowing and understanding used jani and buji 3 times. First is amar janibar kichu nahi, amar bujibar kichu nahi. A bhakta doesn't want to analyze. What do I understand? Is there in Anand Marg who can say he has read all Baba's book and understood? Ask. If someone has read all his neo-monistic books on neo-monism, philosophy language, when I was trying this book, philosophy language, even 5% I couldn't understand. And I claim to be a senior Margi. Has anyone tried to understand what is the meaning of every Prabhat Sangeet? Possible. Only certain parts we know. Amar janibar kichu nahi. Why? Because You are the end of all knowledge and understanding. And if at all, then anything I know and understand, it is this much, this little, or the tuku. Tuku means this little. If anything little I know, I will know this little, that I have nothing to know and nothing to understand. And I have the reason for myself. Why? Because by knowing you, I know everything. By understanding you, I understand everything. So bhakti is, kirtan is the consummate expression of bhakti. Oh Baba, you are everything. Don't you feel that a margi who really understands this, he will not value anything? Any post, any recognition, anything coming, anything going, anything going. Will he value anything? And that is supreme value. When I am that, what else is there? Yes, I need some food to address my hunger. I need some dress to cover my body. What else do I need? How long I am going to leave this body after some time? This body by which I am known, when the body is cremated, everything is gone. Ekemanti, philosophy, margi, all references will go. When the referent is collapses, suppose I say this chalk is white, this chalk is beautiful, this chalk is solid, chalk writes well. When the chalk is gone, all the qualities, it has no value. There will be some other nameplate in my, isn't it? Everything is a reference to me. When the referent goes, all references are invalid, meaningless. But my relationship with Param Purusha, lives after lives, remains. So he's an companion, bandhu. Bandhu in nature. When Baba explained the meaning, he said, why is bandhu? Because he never fails you. Your human being, your wife, your children, your friends may fail you, but he never fails you. सकल चलार पथे तुम्ही आछो साथे साथे निर्वाक अविश्रांत हे अनंत. The entire Prabhat Sangeet is a lyrical expression of entire Anand Marg philosophy. We call it crowd, call it sadhana, call it everything. All philosophy is there in Prabhat Sangeet. A person who doesn't understand philosophy, if he tries to understand Prabhat Sangeet, he understands what is Anand Marg. In this song he says, "Oh Lord, I see you in the quietude of the forest. Uttala Sindhu tarange acho tumi nirjane kujane bhare acho vanabhumi sakal chalar pathe tumi acho sathe sathe nirbaka avishranta he ananta." The beginning is tomare chaije kante he ananta jani more ghire acho charidhare tabu khuje khuje parishranta. I know that you are everywhere, still then I am searching you in the caves, in the temples. Uttala Sindhu, I see you in the turbulence of the sea, which normally invokes fear, but I see you there. I also see you in the quietude of the forest, which is echoed with chirping of the birds. Uttala Sindhu tarange achatumi nirjane kujane bhare achamnami sakal chalar pathe. You are there with me. My friend may leave me, he is not there. But you are always there, speechless, nirbhaka, avishranta, tireless. That is why he is bandhu. So this Bhavanam Kirtan, what is the difference? It has the meaning. No, Kirtan has three things. It must have an ideation, cosmic ideation. Mahamantra has a cosmic, and it must be 8-lettered. I don't have time to tell you how it is connected with chakras. 8-lettered. Number 3 is, any 8-lettered word will not be mantra. It has to be charged with the Mahakavala. See, supposing the wire is going, a child does not know anything about electricity. If he touches it, he will get a shock. If the electrician who knows everything about electricity, if he touches it, he will get shock. Why there is shock? Because the power is going. Electrical charge is there. A person who is unconscious, he will get an electric shock. A person who knows the science of electricity, he will also have a shock. So a person who understands the Bhavanam Kirtan meaning, he will be benefited, and if he will hear it, he will also be charged, because that mantra is charged. Baba says that if you do Kirtan, then the inanimate objects, the atoms, the stones, they will have a jumping evolution, quantum evolution. That is the benefit of Kirtan. We do not know, but we know. There is a cow, a dog. Supriti will bear me out. Whenever there is a blowing of conch shell, now also you can see, the dog will make a sound like that, and whenever there is sadhana kirtan, you will run, you can't prevent him, you will rush to meditation room, he will sit like this. After it is over, he will go. There is a cow who lost her calf. There is another cow who had a 1-year-old calf. After the, you know what the mother, you understand it or not? We have a cows, 10 cows, give 30 liters of milk every day. There is a Jersey cow who was donated by somebody. After giving birth, the cow died. The cow died. And what happened is, the next cow, whose calf is 10 months old, he ignored his own calf and gave milk to this calf. बुझिपारछ कि नहीं? अरे गाईर छुआ मरीगला, अरे आउ गोटे गाई ता छुआ को न देकी रेकुदेला खाइବାକୁ, अभिषेक, that cow is there. The motherly instinct for the another child. Normally human beings, my child, you look at an animal, is feeding another child whose mother is not there. So the point is, if you are doing kirtan, then the not only we, they are also being benefited. And the kirtan is, mudra is so nice. Now when you are doing kirtan mudra, you are closing your eyes, so all the distractions are gone. You see how suddhis are done, all external distractions gone. You are uttering, you are hearing the sound, so all other sounds are also gone. So eyes and ears, they are measured. Your mouth is motor organs, karmendriya, hands and legs, karmendriya, they are engaged. So all the sensory and motor organs are geared up in one direction. So mind is concentrated, so these are automatically taken care of. And if you take the ideation mind, then hey, oh Param Purush, you are everything. See, all your mental problems, distractions. Why should I mind silly matters? Why should I waste my energy in fighting and whatever, quarreling or whatever differences? What value are they? He is everything, isn't it? So, so in Bhavanam Kevalam, the additional thing is not only that I am being attracted and I have the ecstasy of being attracted, but you are my object. That is added. That is why Bhavanam Kevalam has added advantage over another Mahamantra which was given 5,000 years ago. So that, because mankind has evolved, so they must understand, they must have a higher, greater ideation, deeper ideation. So that is, now what is, after come to the original point, what is Kirtan? Kirtan is an address, form of address to Param Purush. Why address him as Baba? Why not as brother or brother-in-law or friend? What is appropriate? Supposing you are my mother, should I address you as Masi? PC? Behen? How I will address will depend on my relationship. If I am born, if we both are born to the same mother, you become brother. If you are reading in the same school, you are my friend. If you are teaching me, you are my teacher. So same person is a teacher of somebody, brother of somebody, son of somebody, father of somebody, depending on the relationship. Accordingly address. Supposing I am the father, my child will address me as father. My friend will address me as a friend. Isn't it? My father will address me as a son. Same person is a son of somebody, isn't it? Depending on relationship. So what is our relationship with, how would we address Param Purusha? Our relationship. As normally our relationship decides how we address, similarly our relationship with Param Purusha will decide how to address him. Why should I address him as Baba? 3 reasons. Why? First of all, he is the supreme creator, progenitor. Isn't it? So Father not only participates in creation, but he also sustains us by and large, isn't it? So he is the creator, he is the sustainer. And ultimately he is my shelter. Isn't it? Why not mother? Here father is not a masculine gender. He is an impersonal force. Param Purush doesn't have a gender, mind you. Cosmic force doesn't have. What is the gender? Male or female? No gender. So in the lower stratum there is no gender. And in case of the supreme, there is no difference at all. So it is an impersonal force. That is why he is called the father. He is in the beginning, he is with us, and in this fatherhood, all relationship merge. He is my bandhu also. So it is such a type of relationship. Though he is a given me to birth, he also accompanies me as a friend, as a companion, as a bandhu. He is my shelter, he is my refuge, isn't it? So the most appropriate thing is father. Another is dearest. Father, Baba has explained it. Bapra, Bappa, Bappa is a word of affection. Which, when you call a child, Baba, ekhane aise to? We call a elderly man, Baba, kemon acho? Namaskar. So elderly man is addressed as Baba, and a small child is addressed as Baba. And when you love so, Baba, kemti achu re? Baba, kemti achu re? Mu to Pritambar ko hathre bedi, Baba, kemti achu? Kete struggle kaluni. Silently kari chalchi kamo si Pritambar. Baba, kemti achu? Taku Baba boli kai kuchi? And a small child I call Baba. Old man I call. So Baba is a term, a word of address. Dear. Anyone who is dear is Baba. So who is the dearest? A person who is one who is with me in the beginning, who is with me in the middle, and who is my ultimate goal. Can there be anyone dearer than him? Dearest. So Baba. Why Kevalam? Because there is a Prabhat Sangeet. যারা এসেছিল তারা গেছে চলে, যারা আসেনি গো তারা এসে যাবে, তুমি আছো ছিলে থাকিয়া যাইবে, চির সত্য চির সনাতন। হ্যাঁ, চির এর কাল জয় বিভূ সনাতন। Anyone who has come has gone. যেমন আশ্চর্য পড়াইଛନ୍ତି, my father's father's father, my grandson will not be there after 100 years. যারা যারা এসেছিল তারা গেছে চলে, যারা আসেনি গো তারা এসে যাবে। They will, those who have not yet to come, they will come and go. But তুমি ছিলে আছো থাকিয়া, you were, you are, and you will continue to be. So he is an unfailing companion. He is in the beginning, he is in the middle, and in the end. So can there be anyone who never forsakes my companionship, never deserts me, always with me? Can there be anyone dearer than him? He is dearest. Therefore, Bapa. And he is the only thing, only desideratum, only goal, only dhya of my journey across lives. That is the ideation that we have to take. There is an important event. Baba says two things. First of all, the Omkar, many organizations said Om. Om, Baba said, did not be chanted. Because when you are in the deeper recess of the heart, then you understand, you hear it. Because it is going on in the atmosphere, in the cosmos, from eternity unto eternity. That means there is a simultaneity of creation, or Baba says anything which is created has a color and a sound. So the awe is the acoustic root of creation. Always it is going on, creation, it is going on. Always there is destruction, always there is maintenance, sustenance, then destruction. So awe is always going on, and when awe are simultaneous, it automatically this sound will come. And on another occasion, Baba said, I will tell you that event. There was a Margi from Europe. You know, all the overseas dadas will say, those who travel abroad, most of the flights land in dead of the night. Delhi airport, most of the international flights, they land in the 0 hours or between that. She wanted to see Baba. Baba was in Calcutta. This is post Baba's release. Baba release hala pore, Baba jail re rahutile, ebong se dekhiyaku asile. He came. So he landed in the 0 hours. At that time, in the south extension, we had office. D41 was our office. ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆଉ କେତେ ସବୁ ହେଇଗଲାଣି, ଭରତପୁର ଇଏ ସବୁ କେତେ ବଡ଼ ହେଇଗଲାଣି, ସେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ଅଫିସ ଥିଲା। ପୁରା ଆମର ସେଠି ଆନନ୍ଦ ମାର୍ଗ ଅଫିସ, ଯୋଉମାନେ ଯାଆନ୍ତି ସେଠି ଖାଆନ୍ତି ରହନ୍ତି, ଆମେ ସେଠି ଗଲେ ବି ଯାଉ। So he said, take me to south extension. At that time, this mobile was not in there. So he boarded a taxi. He said, I know south extension, but I do not know where is your. Now you go there. In south extension, 1 o'clock, Delhi is sleeping. No one is there to ask where is Anand Marg office. Anand ke janibo kemti? Ke gote loko nahanti. Even the petrol tanks nowadays it is whole night somewhere open. But after 10 o'clock, no petrol tank is open. There is a petrol tank nearby. So no one could show the path, the way. South section take bhitru. Normal ghar, it is normal house, not very extended about it, building. So no one is there to tell him where is Anand Marg office. For 45 minutes he was going here and there. Then the taxi wala said, look, I cannot take you more. Give me my money. Where will go? He said, take me back to the airport. Morning I will come to, I will not, he was thinking that he will come to Anand Marg office, then he will have bath, sadhana, then again morning he will go to the airport. Then he thought, okay, then he was, disturbed and praying Baba, closing the eyes, but there is no one available. The taxi wala saying that I don't have patience. Give me extra money for moving for away. So, okay, let us go back to the airport. When they are turning, then heard Kiirtan sound. But Kiirtan sabda subuchi gote vele. Clear, wait. Go in the direction of the sound. So he turned and they are going nearer and the sound was becoming louder and louder. So when they are entering that particular place, they are saying that from upper house there is sound is coming. So you stop here, open the door. The securities opened the door. Then he entered the room. All dadas are sleeping. There are about 12 dadas. Because all the foreign country dadas go, they stay there, take their food and go. He said, then where from I got this sound? Then he is asking that security, was there in Kiirtan? No Kiirtan. No, is there a nearby ashram? No nearby ashram. So where from this heard this Kiirtan? He was confused. Next day he flies to Calcutta, does sastang to Baba. Baba said, my boy, who guided you when you lost hope in the dead of the night? First question. You're doing sastang. Baba is an English man, English way. He said, my boy, when you lost hope of finding ashram, who guided you? All dadas were there. He was crying. Then Baba explained the science. Baba never says anything without reason. For everything, even microbiota, everything, why it is like this, Baba will give reasons. He gives explanations. Even samadhi it's this samadhi, the mind goes there, this is the expression. This is Anindyananda samadhi. These are the outer expressions. Everything Baba has explained. Baba said, when your mind becomes pinnacled, you can hear Baba Nam Kiirtan in the cosmos, Antarikya. Baba said Antarikya. This is going on in Antarikya. When your mind is connected, has a connect, then you can hear it. Understand? Now the question is, these non-humans are also being attracted. They have the Baba Nam, oh, you are everything. This experience they have, they are not conscious. But man is a creature who has the consciousness, who expresses it in language. So the expression of being attracted by Param Purusha is given verbal, expression in Baba. What is Baba Nam Kevalam? In Baba Nam Kevalam is a verbal expression of the inner experience of being attracted to the Supreme, who is my only goal. See, supposing you give me, do like this. I have experience. How do I express it? Itching. Isn't it? Morning I had severe pain, I was saying headache. So my experience gets a language. So what is the language of being attracted to the Supreme? Baba Nam Kevalam. They have this experience, but they cannot express, they are not conscious, they cannot express it. So if you verbalize your journey to the Supreme and the act of being attracted, the only language is Baba Nam Kevalam. So Baba Nam Kevalam is a natural expression of the cosmic attraction, the cosmic act of being attracted to the Supreme nucleus, who is our Dheya. Understand? So this Kiirtan, therefore, is a very effective, most effective medium. Supposing one is not read, I will end it after saying this because we are time. Now, Bhavanam Kevalam is the supreme expression of bhakti. I want to tell you with permission because there are great sadhakas and great here, Sudji, Rameshwaran, the many dadas here. Now, somehow I may be wrong. When I joined in Anand Marg, doing Kiirtan, same thing for Bhavanam Kevalam. Because they are very, they're good. It is good to be fanatic. I said they are very good fanatics. Bhavanam Kevalam Kiirtan, for a long time, when it is going to come to an end? I was doing because people feel bad. At that time I was a lecturer, and I was also, everyone was doing. They will feel bad if I don't do, but I was doing. Now, gradually, when I understood, then hey, Bhavanam Kevalam is very, very important, meaningful. So as I am saying that as you do sadhana, here you start, as you do more and more sadhana, more and more experience, both good and bad, everything enriches you. If you are deserted by somebody, you are betrayed by somebody, you are bitten by somebody, you are cheated by somebody, this adds to your experience. You understand? Not this, not that. Not this, not that, not that. Only Baba remains. Your organization will disown you, mind you. You think that I have done so much for organization. One fine for a small mistake, organization will disown you. The organization which you thought to be your own. Yes, Baba was there, but organization is with me, or I may not be with you. Who remains with you? Only he remains. Don't you understand? Don't you realize Bhavanam Kevalam? Not this, not friends, not parents, not teachers, not students. Not. Suppose tomorrow I go to Adurta children home smoking. Will the children forgive me? No, he has gone astray. Even they cannot, supposing I have done everything, but as a single act of smoking, they will disown me. If I go drunk and beat my wife, will he say, still my dear husband? Understand? If I come with this peace and somehow hidingly I cook, and will Chitkrishan allow me inside? Even for testing him, I say. So all our relationships are contingent, not absolute, unconditional. But only relations which are unconditional is Parampurus. Your friends may disown you, but he will never disown you. So after everything is gone, only he remains as the residue. That is the meaning of Bhavanam Kevalam. So more you grow, more you understand, he is the only unfailing companion. Everyone may fail, he doesn't fail you. Sakal chalar pathe, tumi acho. Baba himself is saying about him. Sakal chalar. My Acharya, Baba asked my Acharya Subhatmananda. I was sharing with Sudji and Chitkrishananda. He was messaging Baba 11:30 during global RDS. I was also there. I used to go every day. Last 20 years I have not come to Anandnagar. When Baba was there, every year twice we used to come here. He said, Subhatmananda, can you tell me what is the difference between Anand Sangeet and Prabhat Sangeet? Before Baba gave Prabhat Sangeet, Nitya Satyananda and there are great singers, and they were writing, composing and singing. Baba was very happy. Jani kotobar fire gache, that was one of my favorite songs of Baba. Jani kotobar fire gache tumi baddha duara dekhe ফেলে গেছে হায় হৃদয় মাঝারে হারার দুয়ারে চিরণ চন না রাখে আমি জ্বালিয়া রেখেছি বাতি তোমার লাগিয়া রেখেছি আসন রেখেছি পাতি রেখেছি আসন পাতি দিস ইজ আনন্দ সঙ্গীত meaning Baba Param Purush, I now understand how many times you have returned finding my doors closed. Now when I open the door I find your retracing steps, but this time I'm not going to miss you because there is a light, there is a lamp burning there. How beautiful song. Nitya Satyananda is still alive. He is still active writing books. A few days back on 28, I met him he's 84, 85. So he was Prabhat Sangeet, Anand Sangeet. When Baba gave Prabhat Sangeet, Bandhiya nature, it started. Then he is asking my Acharya, what is the difference between Anand Sangeet and Prabhat? Anand Sangeet means we are composing and singing. He said, Baba, Anand Sangeet is the way a devotee thinks of the Lord and sings. But Prabhat Sangeet is something which Param Purusha tells how he should be addressed. Prabhat Sangeet, in Prabhat Sangeet, Param Purusha tells how Param Purusha is to be addressed. Now you are intelligent. So the Bhavanam Kevalam is the supreme realization of a sadhak. The end of all sadhana is the realization of the meaning of Bhavanam Kevalam. Hey, basa. All these, they are from Angul Children Home, and they have the dance group, and others have come. Tomorrow they will perform. This group performed in Delhi in 26th January. Before the President and Prime Minister of India, they performed, they were selected, and they have become VIPs now. So, hey, Basa, don't disturb and chupcha Basa. Okay, yeah, 15 of you have come. Okay, now I'm concluding. So, Bhavanam Kevalam, the more we grow in experience in sadhana, the more our sadhana matures, more significant it becomes. देखो गोटे शब्द तार अर्थ केमती आस्ते आस्ते बदली जाउछि जो गोटे साधक पई बाबानाम केवल गोटे जहा गोटे नुआ जे साधना शिखि ता पिछे नुहे से गोटे मेकानिकल चैंट को देखिबो दैट इज द एसेंस ऑफ ऑल फिलॉसफी एवरी रिलीजन एंड द हाईएस्ट एक्सपीरियंस दैट वन कैन हैव we are doing lives of years of sadhana to understand this, that he is the only goal, he is my only there. Understand? Then I'll tell a story and stop. One great sadhaka did a lot of penance and wanted to meet God, knocked at the door. Then God is asking him, hey, who are you? He's saying, I'm Dr. So-and-so. No response. Door did not open. The sadhak is a doctor. He's saying that I am Dr. So-and-so. Who is this? Dr. So-and-so. House did not open. Then after doing a lot of sadhana, I understood why did I say doctor? I was not born with a doctor. I attend doctor. This is an artificial addition. I should have told my name. Then he said, I am Kanucharan. Door did not open. Then this sadhak is doing still more sadhana. Why did not open? I told my name. Then more sadhana. Third time he said, knocked at the. He said, who is this? It is you. Door opened. It is you. Door opened. So ultimately, when you go in the journey, then you find that yourself and the Lord, you are not different. That is why Baba said once that 4 stages of realization. In the first stage, one is ignorant. He says, I am everything. I studied, I earned, I made the house. Where is God? I can say that chalk is real. How can I say God is real? By chalk I write. My food is real. My father, my mother, my acharya who taught me, they are real. Yes. But where is God? Ami achi. The first realization, Ami achi. I exist. I discussed in many forums also. This is one of my favorite themes. The second stage, when you understand, you said, Ami achi, tumi acho. Then you realize, yes, I exist, I do things, but what about the water? I feel thirsty, water is there. I feel hungry, food is there. Sun comes every time, morning, exact time. Rain may not come, but sun, exact time. If sun would not come, my life would be, nothing would take place. If sun is coming in time, setting in time, there is growth, everything is there. Na? It comes for 6 hours, 12 hours, then exact time it comes. So my existence is, so it must have been not been done by accidentally, it must have been created by supreme intelligence. If to make a watch, to create a watch, you need a watchmaker. You know the famous story of Newton. Should I tell you? Newton was a great believer in God, but his friend was a great critic. He was not believing in God. He is always say, Newton, you have a double standard. In a professional life, you are a great scientist, but in a private life, you are a great dogmatic. What makes you say that there is a God? Newton was keeping mum. One day, that non-believer was invited to Newton's house for a breakfast. Newton had a spacious visitor's room. So when the friend entered, who did not believe in God, he found a doll, a colored doll crawling, automatic doll crawling. Then friends, and Newton, who has made it? Who has made? Newton said, no, it has made itself. Then he said, absurd, how can a doll make itself? Now, for a doll, you need a doll maker. How could the universe with such a grand design make itself? Isn't it? What was he talking? Digression?
No. I exist, you exist.
Yes. So he realized, second stage, yes, he is a real teacher. You know, he was retired as a principal, my very good friend, Jayanta. He is a lifetime Margi. Though not a born Margi, the moment he came across Baba, then he has continued to be Margi. Jayanta Mahanti, professor. So second stage is, I exist, you also exist. If you would not exist, how the universe with such a myriads of bodies come? So you must be there as a creator. But I am independent. You have created everything, you have created me. But I read, I did my job. If I would not have studied, could anyone give me a job? So you exist, I also exist, independently, independent of you. First I exist, you exist only in my mind. I have created. Man has created God in the mind. God doesn't exist. You are a figment of my imagination. First stage. Second stage, I exist, but there are evidences of your existence. You exist. Ami acho, tumi acho. Second. Third is, the more and more you grow, the more and more you realize that you are dependent on him. Tumi acho, tai ami achi. You exist, therefore exist. You exist, so you feel that your existence is so intimately dependent on his grace. Third stage. Everything, all achievements and failures, all suffering and happiness. Lord, they were your gifts. If suffering would not have come in my life, I would not have been what I am. One who has not suffered is not sufficiently awakened. So suffering in my life, I did not like suffering, but suffering was a gift for me. Now I realize, if he would not have given suffering in my life, I would not have been that very matured or awakened. So suffering brings awakening. So that was also a gift. So all my life, whatever I have, everything I have is thine, nothing I have is mine. That is saying, na? Everything I have is thine, nothing I have. You realize this. Third stage, first is, I exist, you don't exist. I exist, you exist, I exist. You exist, therefore exist. Tumi acho, tai achi. Last stage, only you exist. Tumi acho. This is last stage of. So that is the meaning or vibration, ideation, which is captured in Bhavanam Kevalam. I want to tell you, more sadhana we do, the more experience we have, the more you realize that without him, nothing takes place. You go through the Jnana Marga, that is the highest realization. Jnana Marga, what do you realize? I told you, na, by knowing him, you know everything. How little you can know. Baba says, in a small cranium, how much can you know? Can you tell 2000 years how many ants were there on this earth? Before 1 lakh years, what is the condition of the soil? What is the state of the universe? You have a small mind. You have a small mind. So more and more you know, the more and more you know that how little I know. The more you know how little you know. That gives you devotion. You don't have vanity of knowledge. Normally, Jnanis have vanity. I know this much. If you go through karma yoga, the more and action you do, the more you realize that perhaps if he would not have wished, I could not have done this. What made Sudji, enjoying the children are all well settled and abroad, what makes him come and take a land here and stay here? What is the attraction here? What is the attraction here? Does it have the attraction of Bombay or Delhi or Patna? No. Why is here? He's a foolish. No. The real wisdom has dawned on him. Baba has graced him, graciously pushed him here. Graciously pushed him here. Now he realizes, really, I should have taken decision little earlier also, immediately after my retirement. You understand it? So through karma you realize that he is the only agent. Not that I do, but I am made to do. Not that I work, I am made to work. Dhammaswanda feels that yes, such a good, he could be organized. Deep within he feels Till today I could not do it. Now I am doing it. Maybe he wanted it. You see, the agency he fixes, he shifts the agency to him. So a real worker, a karmi in Karma Yoga, the real agency is shifted to Param Purusha. And you, what is your position? A mere instrument. A mere instrument. So jnana culminates in bhakti, karma culminates in bhakti. That is why I am concluding with the sentence. Baba says, jnana and karma, bhakti are three ways. Rather, jnana and karma are the ways, and bhakti is the end. Bhakti is the be all and end all, and the supreme realization of bhakti is Baba Namaskar.